After a few huge nerfs followed by subsequent rebuffs, the Necromancer is back on the menu. I'm Pool Noodle, and this is some of the best ways I've found to level it up. Like all the other classes, there are many different ways to build this. The Necro itself is very strong as a caster, but even stronger and more importantly, easier to play if you lean on your minions a little bit like I do. For your resource generator, you can go Bone Splinters with the Initiates modifier for the vulnerability proc chance, or instead what I may do is use Decompose for producing more usable corpses. This comes in handy during boss fights. Vulnerable, by the way, is a debuff that increases damage taken by 20% from all sources, but also adds additional effects to many classes' skills, so this can come in very handy in group play depending on what you're working with. For the core skills, both Blood Nova and Sever are amazing at AoE and single target, and while Blood Nova looks the best, Sever pulls ahead a bit on boss fights, so that's what I ended up going here along with the Supernatural modifier. If you use this skill, try to place it just past whatever you're targeting to benefit from the enhanced node. For the skeletons, I believe this will be variable depending on what you're doing. If you need them to die less, you can go the shield route, but otherwise Skirmishers and Reapers both function pretty well in all scenarios, with the Reapers being just a bit better at AoE. For this next section, you can go Corpse Explosion like many others do, because if it stays at 0 cost, it's literally free damage. I personally don't, and instead I put a single point into Blood Mist in the event that I really need an oh shit button, which isn't often due to all the summons, so you can save a point here instead if you wish. Otherwise, I have 3 points into buffing my warrior's damage. In the curse section, I will stand by Decrepify until the day I die. All enemies are slowed by almost half and do 20% less damage indefinitely, since the skill is so damn cheap to cast with 0 cooldown. The next 3 points I put into boosting my mages as much as possible. On that note, I recommend choosing between Shadow and Cold. I like the Shadow mages with the second node because they do just a little bit more damage. And what I didn't mention before is just like the warriors, you can sacrifice these for added benefits if you choose to go that route. But this means you forego having minions, which is half the point of this build. This unlocks the next section. Now Reaper's Pursuit I think is pretty sweet because I personally love run speed. However, Corpse Tendrils is absolutely the MVP in this section. This does not consume a corpse, and with the Plagued modifier, everything hit is made vulnerable for 3 seconds. This is easily one of the best abilities you can have, and with it being on such a small cooldown, you can use this in just about every fight. If you're thinking about playing a Necromancer, how are you planning to build it? Let me know in the comments down below, and feel free to add anything you think would be useful. Be sure to like this video and subscribe for future content because it's free and it really helps support the channel here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and if you're bored, YouTube recommends this next one for you. Happy grinding, my friends, and I'll see you in Sanctuary.